How's it going, everyone? Raul Castro here, marketing coordinator at Walton Global. Happy Friday to you all. I'm back to share yet another Walton market update. Let's get right into it. The annual rate of inflation in the U.S. inched down to 3.1% in January after the slight uptick experienced during the final month of 2023. Headline inflation, as measured by the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, has now fallen 3.3% since the same time last year and 0.3% since last month. However, this small reduction in inflation has fallen short of economists' forecasts of 2.9%. And although inflation has significantly decreased since the 9.1% peak experienced in June of 2022, it has not slowed fast enough, and economists are now suggesting that an immediate slashing of interest rate cuts may be off the table. Now, let's remember that prior to the Fed's January meeting, the market's general consensus was that the Fed could begin slashing interest rates as early as March, from the current high of 5.25% to 5.5%. After the FOMC met in January, it became clear that although the Fed had reached the end of their hiking cycle, cuts in March were highly unlikely, and investors instead were looking towards May. After the CPI's January reading, experts are now suggesting that rate cuts may be completely off the table for the first half of this year, but 3 to 4 rounds of cuts may still be possible during the second half of the year. Like in December, an increase in shelter costs was the largest contributor to inflation, contributing more than 2/3 of the monthly all items increase and rising at a pace of 6%. Now, although CPI has not been slowing as quickly as economists would want, it is important to remember that policymakers pay closer attention to PCE, or the Personal Consumption Inflation Index, which has been slowing quicker than the CPI. The latest PCE numbers are slated for later this month, and economists are anticipating movement to be more muted and remain closer to the Fed's 2% target. As inflation continues to move towards that 2% target, the central bank will potentially begin cutting rates, helping mortgage rates fall further and opening up the housing market. Thank you for joining me for yet another Walton Market Update. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.